Well, severe weather occurring in the southeast on Friday, and also some flooding problems occurring in the southeast, while the northeast braces for another wet weekend. We also had a clipper moving across the upper Midwest. We'll talk about all those details, and we'll highlight where the active weather was today. Let's take a look at some snow video. This is out of Fargo, North Dakota, where we had at least 3 inches of snow on the ground. And the folks are used to this, that's for sure, using that shovel, putting it to work, and hopefully if anybody has any kind of heart conditions, you are aware that you should take frequent breaks when you're trying to shovel that wet stuff. Not a good idea to try to get out there and do it all at one time. Well, we have our trough that has been persistent over the central U.S. and the eastern half of the country, and this is helping to induce our severe weather that we had, plus our clipper system that's moving across the upper Midwest. Now, the water vapor loop will show us the moisture in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. Now, where we see drying coming in behind, or the dark areas, that's also an ingredient that we look for severe weather, especially for tornadic activity. And we had that today. We had St. Tiffany, or I think it's Tiffany, let's see, Parish in Louisiana, and Lafayette also had a tornado today, and we also had a report in Sly County, Georgia, of a tornado. So we had tornadoes reported across several states here in the southeast, and a lot of wind energy coming in with this in the mid-levels. And we still have some of that wind energy still back here that will eventually be coming to the southeast, and we're going to have to watch out maybe for the threat of some severe weather again here along the Florida panhandle, because we're still really not going to clear that front out. Although it looks like conditions are improving for sure around Atlanta, but notice off to the west we still do have some clouds coming in. Now, some rainfall totals estimated 3 to 4 inches of rain in some areas. We had flooding problems in Fulton County, around Atlanta, DeKalb County. The Peachtree Creek reportedly flooded over its banks in many areas. So some big traffic problems too. Hopefully all of those are taken care of, but the fog is starting to come into play now, so we're going to have visibility is reduced in this area. The severe threat is winding down tonight. Strong storms still a possibility, maybe some severe weather around the Florida panhandle, and as we head farther towards the north, it's not a severe weather type event. This is more rain and snow event. It'll be rain for the coastal areas, so you folks in New York and Boston and also in D.C., you won't have to worry about the snowfall. But farther inland, let's say into Burlington, even into Albany, we could see a little bit of rain and then changing over to snow later on in the period. Cloud cover already there, the rain edging northward, and it's going to move into some areas where we're going to see the snowfall. The higher elevations getting the heaviest amounts here, 6 to 12 inches. There's our clipper coming across the upper Midwest. We could see 3 to 4 inches or so, maybe not 6 so much, but 3 to 4 inches. And satellites showing us this area of clouds moving off towards the east. So folks in Marquette, also in Duluth and Minneapolis, looking at some snowfall tonight. The west, we're starting to see some of the clouds coming in from our next front that will be coming through, some of the warm front actually starting to move northward here. We may see some of the snow levels increasing a little bit to, well, right now I guess about 7,000 feet or so. And because of that, temperatures actually weren't too bad. 50 in Seattle, 52 in Portland. We could expect winds possibly to be picking up around the Columbia Gorge here as our front approaches, some of those easterly winds here. 62 in Vegas, 73 in Phoenix for you, a very pleasant day. While 56 in Atlanta, you had rain all day today, a very nasty day. And just to the south, though, but we don't have it on here, but actually Savannah got into the 80s. So the front was right in here, the warm front. We were what we call wedged, with that cold air kind of coming down from the Appalachians, kind of keeping the temperatures down, plus the rain keeping the temperatures down. The northern plains, though, well, you can see where the front has gone through here, too. Temperatures in the 20s versus 50s to the south, and those temperatures were below average. Now, Saturday morning, we're going to watch this system moving very slowly off towards the east. Okay? Now, the northeast is going to be treated to rain and some snow, again, for you folks in Albany and Bangor. and eventually some of the areas like Albany will be changing over to snowfall for sure by the afternoon. But it's gone. It's a very quickly moving system. The southeast, unfortunately though, we have that jet energy still coming around the base of the trough, and it's going to develop another low here on our front, and we'll see that threat of rain again for areas that got hit hard with rain and severe weather. The coastal areas get the heaviest rain though, and then into the southeast. Snow again, the higher elevations. Cold tonight, bundle up in the morning, mild across the south. Not a lot of cold air working into this area. Look at the 80s for Orlando and Miami. I'd say that's pretty nice. Well, coming up next, we'll find out what happens the next couple of days. Stay tuned.